Hello candidates 2023 on edutainment for us. I have something little for you this evening. It has been a while before I posted something because I had challenges here and there. I think you saw as I posted the challenge I went through as a mother with my child being unwell, and I had to be there for her. Now today I'm going to discuss a little bit just about the common questions we find on the Blossoms of the Savannah. It's a book that is being done for the final time, and I've never talked about it because I wrote some things about this but never really shared it. Now today I'm going to just ask you as a candidate. I hope that you've interacted with the characters in this book because we have questions that emerge from characters. You've also interacted with the virtues and the virtues and the vices in the book, and therefore you are able to handle these aspects. You've dealt with the rewards that people get because of the choices they make, and also the punishment they have to get. Now, if I have to start with characters, I hope you know very well about Olosidori, a character that is very major in this book, and you remember he's a villain. He's a villain because of the choices he makes in his life and about other people, and they affect the plot, they affect the situations in the text. We have Olakaelo, the father to Taiyo, and we have the daughter whom he really hates, or loathes rather. That is the daughter he really loathes because she came out as the second daughter instead of being the second son who was supposed to be the heir. And I think, you know, she really suffered a lot. The daughter that she really has a lot of challenges because of the way the father treats her. Yeah. And we have Mama Milanoi also who makes poor choices in the text, and we see the consequences of that. We have Olarinkoi who comes in Olekaelo's home as a visitor, but then turns out to be a beast. Then we have other people who make better choices. We have an example of Nabaru, that is the nurse within Olarinkoi's village. We have the other person, Emma Kerrey, who also makes the right choice, and she really makes me happy about such an outstanding woman. Now, when you look at the characters and the questions that can come around there, you will see aspects like regardless of other women possibly looking for cultural enhancement, Emma Carey turns against it and she makes the right choice. I'm not saying that's exactly how the question can come, but I've seen situations whereby they focus on aspects like determination, and focus gives room for success. And you can see determination is a character trait, and focus, yeah, and this comes through characters like we see Makerere, we see a bit of that in so we see a lot of this in Aresian within the text. We kind of see this determination against early marriage. We see Resian's determination to pursue education. We see her determination in overcoming female genital mutilation. Yeah, and we have different situations in which she undergoes before she overcomes it. We also see a lot of determination in Taiyo, who wants to pursue education. We furthermore see Emma Carey as a determined woman who wants to save women from the wrath of FGM and early marriage. She is also focused towards enhancing education in young girls. We also see a bit of this lady, Nabaru, focused towards saving, saving Resian from the wrath of early marriage and female genital mutilation. Now, when we look at these characters, they are just the opposite of Mama Milanoi, Ole Kaelo, Ola Rinkoi, and Ole Usudori. Now, the other characters whom I've just mentioned are, they are selfish, and we can also say at some point they are malicious. Yeah, they are selfish and malicious, in both focusing towards forceful marriage for young girls and early, that is female genital mutilation for girls within the Maasai society. Now look at this. When we meet Olekelo as a father, he believes so much in boys that when he gets the second daughter, Rezian, as a girl, he really loathes her. And we are told by the author that from the beginning, he would not wish to even look at this girl twice. Now, we are told by the author that he never would even talk to her directly, and she had to now go through the sister Tayo. When we go through the book more, we realize that every time he meets the daughter, he shouts at her. Even during the homecoming ceremony, remember? When Rezian was carrying cups and all that from the main house and arranging. So the father sees and just imagines that Rezian will break them. And this, in some way makes Rezian shake. We also see when he's thinking about now giving away the daughter, he only prefers that he gives away Rezian because according to him, she was a hard-headed girl who was not better for him. And in fact, he believes that this girl had really ruined his life, and it is better that he quickly gives her away now that she has matured. Now, he believes that by giving her away, then he would have relieved himself of the burden and at the same time sorted his problem, the financial aspect, and maintained his wealth. We later see when this girl is being, when they are planning to have her marry Olesidori, they don't inform her because they know she's assertive and she wouldn't really accept this. So what do? They secretly plan and receive gifts, and even on the day when they visit Olesidori's home, they are content with the place and they plan to abduct her. So they decide to leave home and they leave the visitors with Rezian so that they can abduct her. When she runs away from Olesidori and goes to the father to ask whether he's really, Olesidori is really saying the truth about this arrangement of marriage, what does the father do? The father shouts at her and slaps her, and says he knows what is best for her. And we know that he knew Olesidori as a criminal and he was afraid at one point about him. He even shakes when he talks before him, but is willing to give away the daughter to him. Yeah, so it ends up that fortunately, because of a determined and assertive other lady, Emakarei, when she finds out that Rezian was running and she was then again kidnapped by Olerinkoi, she organizes on how to rescue her. And that is how we get Lenjur with the lorry and picking this girl. Then she gets to the ranch and wow, a wow moment happens as she gets to the ranch, is given some job and is waiting to be helped through her education. Then she gets her letter and finally she smiles as she is finally going to Egerton University. Now the determination we see in her is something that starts from Nakuru. When she is just to leave, she tells her sister that though we are going, I'll come back and I'll study to become a veterinary doctor. You see that kind of determination. Then we see that when she reaches Nasila, she's not settled. She reminds her sister, talk to father so that we go back to Egerton University. She again meets the father that evening when the father wanted to broach the subject of Olusidori, and she asked the father, who of the two has told you? Is it my mother or, or my sister Tayo? The father is so annoyed and sends her away. But we see that she had that determination. Even when she wants to drown herself in Nasila River, the only reason she does not do so is when Olarinkoi promises to take her to Emakarere. And indeed, even when she's at Olarinkoi's place, she sleeps and dreams fighting the circumciser. She says she cannot do it, and even if they will force her, she will not take it. They'll only do to her body, but not to herself, to her spirit. And her determination makes her talk to Nabaru, and that's how she manages to get the help she needed. Yeah, and once at the ranch, she again tells Emakare that this is what I want. Now look at the determination that Emakare has. Regardless of growing in a community that is full of, outdated cultures, she believes girls can be enhanced. And that is how she has a ranch that she's managing, and she has helped so many girls to go through education. She's the first one to go to Makerere and pursue her education, and that's why she's called a Makerere. In this society where women were not even acquiring education, you see, the second wife, the youngest wife, of the uncle to Rezian, informs her that she comes from the same place with her, and indeed she was such an outstanding woman. And in the ranch, we see her determination even when Sidori comes with his vehicles and all that and wants to tell her that she's a good-for-nothing woman, she should hand over the two girls or he will do what he wants. She tells him, just get away before you get into problems with my people. And when he doesn't listen, you can see what happened to him. Everything was burned down. So you can also get questions like help comes when least expected, and of course you deal with characters to get to that. We have questions like between Olesudori and Olarinkoi, who is more evil? And I think you can see it's about character and the choices they make and the consequences they meet. There is the other question about choices have consequences. That is about the characters and what they do, of course, and what they meet. There is also a question about when that who has the ability to make decisions makes wrong ones, they affect themselves and those around them. We have selfishness affect ourselves and others around us. We have a question like, which other question did I see about characters?